Hey there, and welcome. Wherever you are, and however your day went, I'm glad you're here. Tonight, I want to tell you a story, not just any story, but one that will carry you gently into dreams. So lie back, take a deep breath, and let your mind drift with me to a place not found on any map, a hidden corner of the world known only to those who need it most. A place called Vale. There's a girl named Kaia. 16. Bright. Thoughtful. A little quiet. Maybe a little too much in her own head. The kind of person who keeps a notebook filled with unfinished poems and doodles she never shows anyone. One night, after a long week and a heavier heart than she liked to admit, Kaia went for a walk. The moon was full, the stars were out, and the world felt distant. That's when she saw it. An arched wooden door. Just standing there. Freestanding. No building. No explanation. It was covered in vines and carved with words she couldn't quite read, except for 3 that glowed faintly. Enter. Listen. Remember. She stepped through. Suddenly, Kaia found herself inside a grand, ancient library. Towering shelves. Lanterns that floated gently in the air. Books that whispered to themselves. Dust danced like golden snow. At the center stood an old woman in a cloak made of starlight. She smiled warmly. "Welcome to the Midnight Library," she said. "Here, we keep stories that have been forgotten, or not yet remembered." Kaia looked around. "Is this real?" "As real as anything your soul needs." The woman handed her a book, plain, with no title. "This one's yours." Kaia opened it, and the pages began to glow. The story began with a younger Kaia, maybe 8 or 9. It showed a moment she had almost forgotten, standing on stage at a school talent show, hands shaking, heart racing. She had sung just one verse before running off in tears. Kaia cringed. "Why would I want to relive that?" The librarian smiled gently. "Because it wasn't a failure. It was the beginning of your courage." And Kaia saw something she hadn't before. The crowd had clapped. Her best friend had followed her backstage. A teacher had smiled with understanding. Little fragments of kindness she had buried beneath embarrassment. She turned the page. Kaia was led to a quiet corner of the library, a room filled with mirrors. But these mirrors didn't show her reflection. Each one showed a different version of herself. One was dressed in hiking gear, laughing at the top of a mountain. Another was painting in a sunlit room. One was coding an app, another writing a novel, another simply sitting under a tree, smiling at the sky. "These are all who you could be," the librarian said. "But what if I never become any of them?" The librarian touched her shoulder. "Then you'll become someone even better, yourself, grown by the paths you choose. Possibility is not a promise, it's a garden." In the next chamber, Kaia heard voices, familiar ones. Friends. Family. Teachers. Even strangers from passing moments. Some said kind things. "You're really creative. You always notice the little things. You make people feel safe." Others echoed doubts. "You overthink everything. You're too quiet. You'll never be enough." Kaia felt a storm rising inside her, but then the librarian gave her a quill. "You can choose what echoes," she said. Kaia wrote one line on a blank page, "I am still becoming." And the storm calmed. Kaia returned to the entrance. The librarian handed her the book. It now had a title. The story's still unfolding. You won't remember everything, the woman said, but you'll feel it, in the way you walk through the world from now on. A little steadier. A little softer. Kaia stepped back through the archway, and found herself home. Her notebook was still open. The pen still in her hand. But something felt lighter. Clearer. She began to write. Not because she had to be perfect. Not because she knew where the story would go. But because she finally knew, it was worth writing. And maybe, that's all any of us needs. And now, let the story settle in your heart. You're growing, always. Becoming. And even when you feel lost, there is a library somewhere inside you, full of memories, dreams, and paths yet to walk. Sleep well, and dream deep. Good night.